This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello and welcome to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. Thank you for joining us and for following Working Like Dogs on Instagram and Facebook. We're your hosts. My name is Marcie Davis, and my co-host is my amazing service dog, Lovey. And we're excited to be with you today to talk about our favorite subject, as you know, working dogs and working animals. And today we're welcoming Staci Woodruff and her Great Dane, Merle, to the show. And Staci is the Staff Vice President of Medicare Product Management and Operations with Anthem. She's going to talk with us today about Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield and their recent announcement to their wellness services that they're offering in many of the company's 2020 Medicare Advantage plans. So this has a really big impact on people with service dogs who are on Medicare. So come right back after these quick messages as we welcome Staci Woodruff and Merle to the show.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Dynovite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggosuds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggosud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggosuds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. We're so excited to have Staci Woodruff and Merle from Anthem with us today. Hello, Staci, and welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm truly excited that we've been able to come this far with Medicare benefits and be able to speak about something that's so important.
I know. When I saw it, Staci, I was like, yes, finally, this is happening. It's so awesome. And I know our listeners really are going to want to hear all about it. But before we jump into that, help us understand. Tell us, Staci, what is your role at Anthem? Because, boy, that was a really big title that you shared with us, that I shared with our listeners. So tell us, what do you do at Anthem?
Well, I have the distinct pleasure of working for Anthem and its affiliated health plans, being able to help them design benefits and working with the operational departments to implement those benefits. Like I said, I'm truly excited about being able to talk about all of the benefits that we've been able to offer and the ones that we've been able to add for 2020. The service dog support benefit is near and dear to my heart. As you said, I have Merle here with me. She's actually a Merle Great Dane, and she is my service dog and was the inspiration for us actually being able to write this benefit. And then looking at all of the other benefits that are offered in 2020, we've got an array of benefits that could impact and help a lot of people. Pest control and transportation and the service dog benefit, like I said, I'm truly excited over everything that we've been able to offer.
Yeah, I know. And I love how it's captured under wellness. You know, I love that because that sounds so positive because we all want to live a full life and have wellness in our life. So I love that it's under that category. So first of all, tell our listeners, just so they will know about Merle, and tell us about how you decided to get Merle and what Merle does for you.
Sure. So Merle, like I said, she's actually a Merle Great Dane, but she's named after Merle Oberon, the famous actress from Wuthering Heights. And she is, just like the ADA requires, she is specifically trained to perform a task for me. And my task is balance and mobility because I have multiple sclerosis. So one of the reasons that we're offering the benefit is because of the fact that I have Merle and how important it is and the actual services that a service dog can actually provide for people who need those tasks. Balance, mobility, walking, reaching for objects, or if I fall, being able, to be picked up. We're really looking at the whole person health. I know you're excited about being considered wellness programs and things. I'm so excited that the drivers of health and well-being are now being considered as benefits under your health insurance, right? Looking at the individual needs of someone, not only those with service dogs, but there's other things that influence a person and whether or not they're able to access care, like transportation, like I said, or one of the other benefits such as alternative medicine. So being able to provide that menu of options has been incredible. It's come a long way, especially under the Medicare program.
Yes, it is huge. I'm just so excited about it. I'm so glad that I'm on the planet to actually get to see it finally happen, Staci. I have to tell you, of living with a disability for decades now, it's really exciting to see that because, yes, I'm sure that you're like me. You would say that because of your service dog, you're able to be vice president. You're able to function at a very high level because of that support that you get from Merle, just like I'm able to function and work 7 days a week by choice because of Lovey. The independence that they give us it's hard to articulate that. So I'm just so glad that Anthem really has seen that and has decided to take this innovative next step. So tell us, how did it come about that Anthem decided to really do this service dog support offering?
So historically, under Medicare Advantage plans, which are another option for Medicare consumers to receive their health insurance, we were able to cover things, what's called supplemental benefits. And supplemental benefits, by definition, are those benefits that are non-standard base medical coverage. And it's been limited, but we're starting to work with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. And like I said, the whole person health and social determinants of health, we're looking at more things to be able to offer innovative benefits. So last year, CMS actually said, what else can we offer rather than the standard benefits that every health plan is offering? Let's see what you can come up with. And that's what we did. We thought about it and we researched it. And again, because I have Merle and service dog myself, she was kind of the inspiration to say there are people out there who have service dogs specifically for needs, and we could offer a benefit that would help them provide the support to their dog, just like their dog supports them. And we took that and took another step and said, what else is out there that we can actually offer to people that will be in accordance with the way that the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services kind of designed us to look at these benefits, to say, hey, there's a lot of things that people need out there to address their own individual needs. And so that's when we were able to get up to 10 of these benefits. And I've been so lucky to be able to work with Anthem, like I said, in their affiliated health plans to be able to offer these across the board.
That's awesome. Well, so tell us about the service dog support. What kinds of things will qualify or be allowed that can support people?
Right. So it is a new benefit, as we talked about. So there are limitations associated with it, but it will be $500 a year to be able to provide items associated with caring for your service dog. So food, bedding, leashes, collars, patches, service dog patches, things that you need to support your service dog, like I said, because your service dog does so much to support you. I know from my experience, and you as well, having the right lead or vest and patches, right, is really important. So having all of that and making sure that we could provide that support has been wonderful. So it's like I said, $500 that they'll be able to use. They will get a card to be able to order items online. or they could go directly into a store and purchase, or they can call us and we'll help them with ordering all of that in items and having them delivered directly to their home.
That's wonderful, because over the years, I've heard so many people who are on Medicare tell me that they can't have a service dog because they can't afford it. And because, as you said, you've got to have the right leashes, you've got to have certain equipment. And these amazing dogs are, I look at them as Olympic athletes, as I know our listeners have heard me say so many times, but they need quality food. They need good medical care. So I'm just so thrilled that there's finally something that will provide some support for that, for people who are on Medicare. And I want to ask you, Staci, if you would just please tell us who qualifies for Medicare and what that means for our listeners that might not be familiar with Medicare.
So Medicare is insurance for people who qualify. Working 40 quarters in your lifetime will qualify you for Medicare. And then you have options when you get on Medicare as far as your health insurance is concerned. Medicare pays for standard-based medical services, and then you're responsible for other charges associated. And from those, you could pick a Medigap plan or a Medicare Advantage plan like we're talking about here. And the Medicare Advantage plans have a way to design those benefits to change the cost structure associated, so you would have co-payments instead of co-insurance. Each plan is designed differently, and again, they're able to offer supplemental benefits. So those are additional benefits that Medicare does not normally cover that the Medicare Advantage plans are able to offer, such as the service dog benefit or one of the other many supplemental benefits that are offered, like transportation and alternative medicine, and even so much as food deliveries, adult day center visits. There is quite the options out there for people to look and research and find out what's the best benefit for them.
Yeah, and it is so personal. I'm glad you said that. It really is something that we have to research. We have to take some initiative to make sure that it is a plan that fits our lifestyle and our needs. Well, I know I am always hearing about people talking about fake, and I put that in quotes, fake service dogs. How are you going to go about certifying dogs to make sure that it really is a service dog? I can imagine that must be a big issue that you guys have talked about, and how are you going to deal with that?
We did talk about it, and we talked directly to CMS, again, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, about the expansion of the benefits that we were going to offer. And CMS has been very clear that they wanted to make sure that when we're looking at these and we're addressing all these social determinants of health and the whole person, that we are being smart about who is utilizing the benefit and making sure not only are they picking the best benefit, but they actually qualify for the benefit. So there is specific criteria that they have asked us to put in place for these benefits. One of them is that you have to have a specific chronic condition, and there is a long list of chronic conditions, but we're also making sure that your physician has signed off that you are, in fact, have a service dog, and it is in accordance with the ADA requirement that the service dog is performing a task for you because of your disability. So that's kind of a way that we've been looking at it to be able to say, this is how people are going to qualify for this benefit. And it doesn't just apply to the service dog benefit. It's all of the supplemental benefits that are being offered to make sure people pick the right one and that it's the appropriate benefit and utilization.
Great. And I just have to ask you really quick, I know we're going to have to take a break here, but really quick before we go to break, can you tell me, so it is going under the definition under the Americans with Disabilities Act, will it also cover miniature horses as the ADA covers miniature horses, or is it just for canines?
So that is a conversation that we also had because it is a brand new benefit, and the items that we were able to acquire to be able to give, it was easier to be able to start off with the service dog. So unfortunately, the horses will not be covered under this benefit. But it is something that we understand that people may have questions on. And while the horse is a covered ADA animal, for a service animal, unfortunately, it's just not something that we're going to cover under this benefit for this first year.
Got it. Okay. Well, with that great information, we're going to take just a quick break and hear some really important messages from our sponsors. And we want you to come right back as we continue visiting with Staci Woodruff from Anthem and her assistant's dog, Merle. So come right back.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome. Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello and welcome back to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. We're visiting today with Staci Woodruff and Merle from Anthem, and we're talking about the amazing new Medicare Advantage benefit that Anthem is offering. And before the break, Staci, we were talking about the new program, and you were clarifying about the definition under the Americans with Disabilities Act and how this benefit is specific to dogs. And I was also wondering if it's specific to certain states, or is it throughout the United States? Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Anthem actually has Anthem plans as well as plans in its affiliated health plans. So the benefits can be offered in many of the plans that we offer throughout the country. It will depend on the actual plan. So research is needed, as we talked about before the break, researching to find the appropriate service dog and researching to find the appropriate healthcare coverage is important. So it is offered in many, many plans across the country and many different states. So it's not just limited to Ohio.
Okay, awesome. And so would you say that it's like most states have it? Could you just give us a guesstimate of about, is it, 50% of the states or higher than that?
Well, I can tell you that Connecticut, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Missouri, New York, Ohio, Virginia, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Texas, New Jersey. Those are a lot of the states that Anthem and its affiliated health plans under different names actually offer this benefit, as well as one of the other 10 benefits that we've been able to offer for 2020 that's part of this new package of new expanded benefits to cover whole person health.
Okay, that's fabulous. And what about some Western states like California or some of those West Coast? Are they part of it as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of states over in the West Coast as well. The benefit offerings are going to depend on what our kind of initial review was. Like I said, a lot of these benefits are first run or first year that we're doing it. So testing the market to figure out what is the most important to people in that area. So while it is an offered benefit in a majority of the plans, it's important that everybody research and look at the different plan options that they have.
Got it. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about Merle. So tell us, so you mentioned the tasks that she performs. So how long have you had Merle, and where did you get her from?
I've actually had Merle for 3.5 years. She goes everywhere with me. And when I needed to find a service dog, because that was one of the options that I discussed with my physician, it was really about researching, because there's a lot of organizations out there, and finding the best one for me. And Merle, like I said, is a Great Dane, so having that temperament and the height to be able to assist me with balance and mobility was really important. So Merle is actually from Service Dog Project, and they're located out of Ipswich, Massachusetts.
Oh, nice. And how was it bringing Merle into your work environment?
It has been amazing with Merle. Like I said, Anthem has been wonderful with being able to accommodate us. We travel a lot with with the job that I do, and Merle's been on over 125 flights with me. We're actually leaving Wednesday morning for another trip to Atlanta. So I'm thinking maybe some of your listeners have actually seen us in an airport along the way.
I bet. Well, and I love the picture that you shared with me that we'll be posting for our listeners to actually get a glimpse of you and that adorable Merle. She is too cute. How is it flying with a Great Dane?
It's actually not that difficult. Other than her size, you would never know she's there. She is a fully trained service dog, so she can kind of curl up into a ball. You'd be amazed. Of course, there's limited seats that we can actually fit in because of it, but we're always looking for the bulkhead seats to make sure that we can get in there and making sure that we're not infringing on anybody else's area. But she's really, really good, and we've got a lot of accolades for how well she's behaving on flights.
I'm sure I know when I have Lovey on a flight and she does the same thing, she curls up. I am amazed at how they can do that. And I'm sure people are shocked when Merle stands up and is quite a presence with herself in those little confined spaces. I'm sure people are really surprised and may not know that she was even there.
Yeah, we actually traveled from East Coast to West Coast, 6-hour flights, and people have said, has she been here the whole time? And I said, yes, she has. And the flight attendants have commented, that's how you know it's a trained service animal, because it's provided with support and being able to, still not create a big, kind of ruckus on a plane.
Right. Well, what do you think Merle has brought to your life? What's the biggest impact that Merle has had on you?
I think just like you said, the ability to be able to be independent. Of course, I'm never alone because she's always with me, but being able to have her has changed my life, and be able to work and continue doing the things that I love to do. And then having her as the inspiration to be able to work on this benefit and work with Medicare and have them approve something like this has been amazing. I am just so thankful to be able to share with other people, things like this, so that they know that service dogs really do provide support, right? And they become part of you. And I'm able to do so many things with her.
Yeah, I know. I tell people that I think of my service dog just the same way that I do about my wheelchair. It's that much independence, and I could not live my life without Lovey, just like I can't live without my wheelchair for mobility. So it's a game changer that's really hard to get your head around until you experience that. So is Merle your first service dog?
She is my first service dog. So it was something new, right? Kind of like all of this, you have to adjust to it. And everybody makes comments like, oh, you're so lucky, Yes, I am, and I know that. But it's also something that you have to take very seriously, making sure that, they have food and have their vests on so that people acknowledge them as a service dog, and being able to take them out to the bathroom and, have bedding, and you think about these things to make sure that they're cared for. Again, that's why I was so excited about being able to offer a benefit like this.
Yeah, it's a huge commitment. It's a huge commitment financially, time. I know people always say that to me, and I'm like, it is a fabulous, incredible gift, but it also is something very, very serious that takes time and resources and is a long-term commitment. It's not something that you can just say, oh, today I'm not going to do that, because they are with us 24/7, which is one of the things that makes it so great. So I know we've talked a lot about the new program, but why do you think Anthem's Medicare Advantage plans are really important for individuals who qualify to work with a service dog? What do you really think that it is?
So, like I said, being able to be part of the whole process to offer the benefit, it's not just about offering benefits. It's about, like I said, the drivers of health and well-being, and looking at the whole person and being able to offer benefits that someone can actually use. the service dog support benefit is designed specifically, right, for people who have a service dog, and we want to help them with being able to support that service dog. But there's so many other benefits as well. I have taken, the opportunity to talk to some people about, the benefits and kind of what they would like to see. So being able to create this benefit as well as all of the other benefits has really been something that's kind of opened people's eyes up to why is it so important? Like you were talking about your wheelchair, right? And I started with a walker, and I don't need my walker anymore. So it's something that people need to understand, but it also, the service dog benefit, just because you have a service dog, that may not be the most important benefit for you to select. So having an array of benefits to be able to choose from, when I talk to some people that they may not need help with supporting their service dog, but they don't have a car and they need the transportation benefit to get them to their doctor's appointment with their service dog. So looking at all of the benefits that Anthem and we've been putting together, it's really making sure that it's got the appropriate benefit for that person. The service dog benefit is one of those, and I'm beyond thrilled. I can't say it enough.
And I'm with you, Staci. I am too. Like I said, when I saw it, I was just like, yay! I was just so happy that it's finally being acknowledged, it's finally being offered. And that also I really like too that there is that requirement that it is a truly legitimate service dog that is performing tasks to help mitigate someone's disability. So I think that's awesome. So, and I know I'm so thankful too that you're stressing the importance of researching and doing your homework to find out which plan is best for you. So how would you recommend that people do that? How do they get more information about this benefit and how to choose a plan?
So again, the benefits are offered in multiple plans across multiple states, more than a dozen. Doing your research online, a simple search to look for the service dog support benefit, if that's the benefit that you're specifically looking for, and asking questions, right? Identifying, the health plan, contacting them and asking those questions.
So is there one website where you'd recommend people start?
Well, actually, it's going to depend on which health plan is offered in your area. So searching Anthem-affiliated Medicare health plans and the state or county that you're living in will pull back the most appropriate location for you to look. As I said, the Medicare Advantage plans are things that you have to enroll in, and enrollment has already started. It started October 15th, and it runs through December 7th. For a January 1st effective date. So there's still plenty of time to research the plans, but there is a limitation on when you can actually enroll in these plans, and that's December 7th. So I would encourage everyone to kind of research online. You can also talk to independent health insurance brokers or sales agents, and they can also point you in the right direction for the plan that's appropriate for you in your area.
Okay, awesome. So just want to make sure I heard that correctly. You're saying to basically Google Anthem affiliated Medicare health plans or Medicare Advantage plan. Is that right, Staci?
Correct. It would be appropriate because based on the plan that's available in your area and the naming convention associated with it, so that you would be able to pick the right plan.
Okay, awesome. And again, really want to stress that it is timely and that we only have until December 7th. That's the deadline to make that decision and that choice, right?
Correct. There's also many events located throughout the service areas that people could see. Go out and talk to health-related Anthem events and ask questions there, and they'll be able to be pointed to the right health plan for them.
Okay. Well, Staci, I just can't thank you enough for finding the time out of your busy schedule to be with us today to share this groundbreaking new benefit. I'm just so excited, and I hope you'll come back and visit with us again and tell us how things are going with it as you implement the plan in 2020, because I'm really anxious to hear how it goes, how people are responding, and how you make changes and how it evolves, because I definitely think that it will.
I agree, and I can't wait to see what happens with it. Would love to come back and talk about what we've experienced and the feedback that we've received on the benefits. We're really open to, listening to the feedback and making sure that we're implementing these correctly.
Well, I'm just so happy and grateful for Anthem's leadership in this movement. I really am. I just think it's really wonderful. And it's opening the door for so many people, literally. That's going to be another game changer, I think. It's really great. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you, our listeners, for being with us. We love that you join us, and we love to hear from you. So please, let's stay connected. Keep those emails and comments coming. And you can email me at Marcie, Marcie, at petliferadio.com. And you can also follow Working Like Dogs on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we just love connecting with you and seeing photos of your working dogs and the incredible work that they're doing to give you independence every day. So thanks so much for being with us, and take good care.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.